Man, Pete's introduction to the way he uses Twitter in the composition classroom is really well programmed and really well thought through. I want to introduce you to the way that I used Twitter the first time in Film 2700, a class with 120 students in it. It was quite serendipitous in a conversation that we were having about Twitter as a place to groupthink. We started thinking about ways we could employ it to make up our exams. I'm rather frustrated with making up objective exams. Objective, of course, being historically that I've determined what is the right answer, and so I wanted to find another way to do that. And so we started using Twitter, our Twitter feed, and passing around ideas and questions that we thought would be appropriate based on the material, but the content that I was delivering in lecture and in online formats, but also the discussions we were having in class. And so as I followed us on our common Twitter feed, I started to put together that exam in a Google Doc which students could watch. So they could watch me building that exam, and then as well they could start tweeting about it. And I've written a storify about the coming of this first exam, and I wanted to highlight a couple of those elements, right? The first is that what I've done here is open up the individual tweets by students in my class and just check out what are the comments that they're making, right? They right away recognize that using Twitter is a way in which they can group think the dynamics of this stuff. Even this student seems to still be a little skittish about the whole thing. Likewise, let's see, this student recognizes what I was really trying to help them find, is that Twitter is a way of thinking through in a public format. Here, a student has, at the end, we assume that she wrote this immediately after taking the class or the test. She recognized how much fun Twitter can be used, Twitter use can be, and how much they can, as this guy comments, accomplish real work through Twitter. I have found that this use of Twitter in the classroom benefited my students in direct ways. If we care about the average of the exam, the first exam went up significantly based on year-to-year analysis. But what we can really see is the ways in which students are thinking about class material outside of the classroom. Pete was demonstrating the same thing through his composition and argumentative rhetoric classes. And here, what I've got students doing is thinking about my class much more often than just the 75 minutes twice a week that they have been in my class in a traditional way.